Welcome to GED Math Booster problem number 7. In this problem, we're going to work on finding the interest rate in a word problem. Rhonda loaned her friend $1,200. The friend paid her back a total of $1,380 3 years later. What was the simple interest rate for the loan? There's a couple of things that are different about this problem. The first is that we're being asked for the interest rate, and our formula that we normally use is designed to find the interest. The other is that we aren't directly given the amount of interest. We are given a starting amount of $1,200 and an ending amount of $1,380. So let's get started. The first thing is to note our formula for finding simple interest. I is the interest equals P, our principal, times the rate as a decimal, times the time in years. The first thing that I like to do in a problem like this is find what we know. Our principal, which is the starting amount, is $1,200. So we make note of that. We note that the time is 3 years because she is paid back 3 years later. The next one's a little bit messy because we weren't directly given the interest, as I mentioned, but all we have to do is subtract the principal from the balance. We start with the ending amount, we subtract the beginning amount, and we get our interest amount for that 3 years of $180. The rate, as we mentioned, we do not know. So those are the pieces of our formula. Now we just want to set up and solve that interest formula. So let's substitute into our I equals P times R times T formula. And we get 180 is equal to 1,200 times R times T. Now this is a case where our variable is kind of on the wrong side of our equation, and we need to do a little bit of algebra to solve for it. I like to first simplify this right-hand side by multiplying the two numbers in this case. So we multiply 1,200 and the number 3, and we get 3,600. So now our equation is a little bit simpler. 180 equals 3,600 times R. The next step is to divide both sides by 3,600. This is going to cancel the 3,600 on the right-hand side and leave us with just R. And then on the left-hand side, we have 180 divided by 3,600. R is equal to 180 divided by 3,600, which is 0.05, which is 5%. So our answer from the multiple choice is C, 5%. And the key takeaway from this problem is to remember that if you are trying to find a missing interest rate or the time or the principal, all things that are on the right-hand side of our interest equation, we will need to do a little bit of algebra in order to solve the problem. That's it for today. I hope you feel better prepared to handle a problem involving finding the rate or the time or the principal in a simple interest problem.